What is going on, students? It's Devon Cassidy, aka The Scholar, and I'm back here again with another match commentary video for you all today. I have Crest Luard versus Crest Nightrose. Like I told y'all, we were going to be doing the battle of the Crest decks. I won the die roll, so I'm going to be going first, and Will here is going to be going second. Just, you know, here for the vibes. I opened pretty well, actually, so I'm keeping. Will puts 2 back. And we are ready to get this show on the road here. I'm really excited to talk about the plays and why I think this deck is really good and getting to show off my spell ground and everything like that. Like, oh, it's a good time. But, of course, I'm him. I open the crest, draw 2, make the crest, and, of course, just get the optimal, the main setup. And go ahead and grab the Dump Hood. Dump Hood effect activates, retire itself, Soul Blast 1, and go add a Blaster Dart. So I have my grade 2 ride in play here for everybody. So looking forward to that. Got that all set up. Pass it back to Will here. Will draws for turn. Will's going to activate Franz here. And adds the D series Tommy the Ghosty. I keep forgetting that they make these cards, man. But it's all good. So he has the crest in hand. He draws 2 here. And good old little value here. Drawing 4 cards is pretty good. And he goes ahead and activates the Tommy here to go just secure his Nightrose that he has to ride. So very good here. Very, very good. And now just gets to swing 8. I would have probably just called down the other 8K because, like, I want to get the twin drive. So denying him doesn't really serve me any purpose, but like that's me. Maybe he wants to save the booster for later. He crits me here though. He does get everything out of my lane here. And I here will ride Blaster Dark. I will go ahead and activate the main skill here first. Yeah, I can't believe I triggered to pass him and he hits the 5K trigger. Like, for more insult to injury, hits the thing that will just pass it. Here, I'm just going to go ahead and grab another domain, just to, you know, get my ritual count up. And then I will activate Blaster Dark's effect here, and I will discard, I believe I discard the knees, yep. And then I will swing here, Twin Drive. I will crit Will back and do all that good stuff. So Elementary goes to damage zone and a heal. That's actually like really fortunate for me. Like less ways for him to be able to dodge my guard restrict, the better. Which I really appreciate once we gear up eventually for those Morfessa turns. So we see what Will here has. Yeah, Will drew the ghost ship for turn, so that's like the very unfortunate thing here. Will be going through here and discarding the Jesse. And although Will doesn't get a very good grade 2 turn here, so that is something that's valuable here. So he will draw, well, he'll mill 2 and then add 1 back. I believe he adds back, yeah, the D Tommy. I'm going to activate the D Tommy again, get another Nightrose to hand. Just, again, compressing your deck, like, Granblue will just, its deck will be full of triggers like very quickly. So whatever it can do to leverage that, it's very important for that deck to do so. So completely understand Will's positioning here. Especially because I'm not doing anything next turn, so he necessarily doesn't have to add back the 15K just because Luard's ride up is not like scary. And then he will call, again, why he saved the Parting Shade, I think just to get some value. And he calls another Parting Shade, retires the Greed Shade, yep. And is, again, playing in that way that I talk about not being able to be denied. So if he did not do the Jesse, I could CB deny him going into a stride turn, which makes that Obadiah turn really awkward. So again, that minimal play here is very important. I heal guard here, though, because everything of the attacks except for the ghost ship that I think he's planning on reviving gets guarded by the Heal Guardian, so he has to like hit a trigger there, and so like I'm begging that he doesn't hit another trigger. So he will just get to draw a card, and like I may take this, but I am very fortunate that he wasn't able to scale numbers really, just because like my hand is very weak to an early rush. So again, that's why you play the Heal Guardians in Luard. Again, this is very important. And so I take this one against an domain. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. We're just getting some dice organized on the side here, just because we're trying to make it look official as possible, without it just being in the middle of my living room in my apartment. I ride here, good old Dragheart Luard. I'm gonna activate Domain's effect again. I can't remember what I grab off this one actually. I believe I either grab Vicro, because I believe all my domains are out. So I have Vicro set up for the next turn. And I have the Fallen Dive Eagle in my hand. So I think, yeah, just go ahead and grab Vicro. Just, again, ensuring that I have my counter charge in cycle. So that's just really important for me. To see what happens here. Just being able to lock in with that measure and that grandeur. You know what I'm saying? So really, really good happenings right now. I get to call the Fallen Dive Eagle from hand. I opt not to call the Honolly just because I could potentially damage deny him. So I hit the crit and I give everything to the Eagle. Because he would go to 4 and I feel I can live his first stride turn. Yeah, I'm deciding whether to give the crit here. Yeah. Or do I give yeah, it's just the 1, because then he's forced to only be able to eat 1 more Festa Swing. So keeping him at 3 is very awkward. I can take the first swing and deny him from healing down. So there's just a lot of micro play here for me to do it. And that's just where I'm thinking of. Plus, again, another Nightrose going into his damage zone, meaning I can deny the bad bounty potentially. But we shall see here. Pitches Nightrose for the stride, goes Big Obadiah. Big Obadiah just so good. And again, just being able to limit the counterblast here is important, because again, similar to Great Nature, most Granblue attack extension comes from the counterblast, whether it be, the Riveting Franch or the Night Storm. It's just important like that. So Will's dumping here off Big Obadiah, a Grenache, a Beatrice, I think an Npix here. Npix low key is a wild take, even though it does make your Chaos matchup a lot better. Chaos does kind of destroy this now, just because Granblue's not as fast. Granblue's still strong. Granblue's still solid. Do not knock that deck, but it just makes some of your matchups a little bit easier to navigate. So we will go Grenache. He's declaring it as hollow, and I think he's figuring out his other call. I think he just revives the Parting Shade, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was considering the other dragon, just because that he could cack my Vicro and then deny me a resource, which it's not bad, but I think he's kind of forced to push me here because I'm at 3. Just gets me in kill range, and he has a Forbidal in hand, so he's just gonna be able to go Forbidal and help again his grade, his going second play better. I mean, that's what I will give. I like Bracing Angel Ladder in Granblue. I also like Forbidal. I think Forbidal though is still just too strong. It helps your going second play be a lot better. In all honesty, it's just really tough to find that value now, especially with Largolf gone. But Will swings a fat number here. I think it's 17, and then there's 2 5s and 3s, so that's 17, 30. That's 42 or 40 or 46. Yeah, we'll see here, but Will's going for it crazy style here. I'll G-Guard here off rip, and I'm gonna see if I can get lucky off my top. Go here for the I can't even remember this card's name. The one that takes the top 5 and calls greater ones to the Guardian Circle. So that's 35 here. And then I need 10 more. Yeah, because it's 46. Yeah, so I need 5 more K here. I have to overguard a little bit, though, because I don't want to necessarily just give up the Cruiser Raid. So I guard here with the Belial, just because the Belial will go back to deck. And now I have 5k power to my front row. Look at me. I'm doing Crest deck things. Again, we'll go Night Storm here. Oh, yeah, it was 46 from the crest as well. Yeah, okay, so that's what it was, or 40, some odd number. So yeah, this is 16. I hit the Charon though. That just sucks so much. Like, Charon just helps you fix issues that you could potentially have. So I just like the fact though that at least we're getting something covered. So yeah, it just goes Beatrice and Boat. Just because there's nothing like necessarily to try to overextend here for. He has no counterblast, so like again, me denying him was a good play here. It goes triple drive, triple blank is pretty nice for me. That's like really huge. And then this is just 20, so I guard here that cleanly, and then I intercept here with the Fallen Dive Eagle. Maybe another micro play Will could have done just to make those attacks bigger is he just swings at the Fallen Dive Eagle, because like that 25 makes that really awkward for me to guard because like it gets it off the board. But he may have thought I had a Dismal or something, so like I completely understand why. But go ahead and activating Dragheart. Here's return effect to be able to free stride. I know when we play test, we talk through kind of like what we're thinking. Like when we have to make like crutch like decisions, just so it helps us, you know, be able to reiterate and further like finalize our mentality here. So I'll end up pulling back the Fallen Dive Eagle and the Honolly that was sent from the deck, and then I free stride into here Drag Abyss. I activate the effect here for Drag Abyss to retire the Vicro. And I'm still considering here if I want to bring back the Maple. I eventually end up doing so, but like again, you can sequence these things just to see like if you have in deck, like if you want to call the Maple, because these effects happen simultaneously. Your Vanguard's placed, so your stride condition's met, as well as your Maple's on standby. So just know that there's a thing. I also am considering though like where the placement's at, because again the placement matters. Like there's a lot of micro expressions in Luard that can like either make or break your turns. So just being aware that you have those as well is important. So I eventually do call back the Maple because like I want the Maple. And we will see here what we can get. And then because the Vicro was retired for an effect, I will be able to shove it into my soul and countercharge one. We'll see if Will here. Will gets the goo. I go ahead and activate the Vicro effect to countercharge that. Karen, I flip face down. So I now Soul Blast here with the Drag Abyss. Flip a copy here, retire the Owl. And I get to go grab 2 grade 1s. I think I'm trying to figure out which ones I want to grab here. Yeah, I think I just grab Eldona to garner hand. And then do I grab the Homily? Or no, I grab the... Oh, that's why I did that. Yeah. Yeah, so I do have 4 grade 1s in my drop. That is notable right now because I'm getting an extra 10k off the Drag Abyss. I just essentially said though I meant to retire the other Abyssal Owl, or the other Belial Owl. Just so that way I can get some better value. I call over the Honolly here. Will remove the Honolly just because he does have the dragon in drop zone, and I have no way to necessarily protect the Honolly guaranteed. And then I will call the Fallen Dive Eagle, just so that way I have the free PG, and then I just guarantee the other PG here. Just being able to do that. So there's more value potentially for me. And then I go ahead, and even though I will lose the power to the 10k, I go ahead and am able to retire the Belial Owl, put that other Ezra's to the bottom of the deck, and then draw a card, which it's another Honolly. So I know I will swap here. And then I don't have another domain in hand. So yeah, I just believe I just call a random. I think I just sack the Eldana to itself. Just so I can draw the 2 cards. That's why it's like just really important here. So Hanali is live. Able to keep that up. It's a big thing here. We'll swing here for that. And because it doesn't have to go crazy here, I'm just gonna draw 2. Of course, now I am back at the 10k, so this is a lot bigger attack, and so I can risk double crit here. We'll just here just safely PG. I will hit the heal though, so getting the Karen back into the drop is huge, because now I have both the Vicro and the Karen, so like I'm pretty set up here. I'm giving all the effects to the Eagle here, and then the last check. I'm actually considering where do I want to give the crit, just because 5 CB lets Will do a lot, and so I think I'm just bank on here and hitting another crit to pressure. But I don't think Will though would want to go that high, so like I'm just able to put on more pressure because now he's kind of incentivized to get to take the damage if he wants to like try to push to kill me, because I went back down to 3, so now I feel a little bit more safer heading into the Granblue turn. And so this attack, this phase right here would be 45. I think I just opt not to. Yeah, just because he's under the Hanali, and I don't need to push the damage to maybe potentially have him hit a threshold to where like he can kill me. But you know, the Oyster is kind of Will's. Again, being able to save that shield and just discard another rose here. Shout out to Will though, having the SPs, man. I'm so jealous. I find Granblue such a pretty clan. So he's going to show off the Nightrose Stride here. This card is pretty sick. This card does a lot. And this card actually, you know, being crit pressure here is absolutely it's like insane. Insane levels of just like freedom to do what it pleases. So he's just going to call a Beatrice. And the Beatrice, I think, grabs a Jessie. It should be grab a Jessie or grab a Grenache. I would, though, be grabbing the Grenache. Yeah, just grabbing the Grenache, making its Hollow Effect live. Just getting that counter charge back, bro. Like, Grenache still being a thing is insane. I do miss, though, being able to counter charge 4 at the end of turns, but alas, the restriction is the restriction. You just eat the Negro Bone and the Beatrice here to revive the Jessie. So that way, again, now he has comfortable effect. And now he's going to activate the Negro Bone to discard another Parting Shade. Return the Negro Bone to the bottom of the deck. And now gets to add back the boy, the legend. And it is pretty safe here. So free 10k to the front row now. This will be attack number 1. This is 14, 24 to my 13. I think I just really hit the goat here. This is attack number 2 here. This is just 21. So we're going to guard it with 23. And it's just waiting for the big numbers here. So it's just him, though, like forcing that PG back out of my hand is going to be really huge. So he gets Frange here, and he's able to do that. Yeah, I think he goes... I don't think he goes Frange. I think he goes... Yeah, he goes Skull Dragon. Because he's on attack number 2. So he goes big number, faking the over trigger. We'll swing for attack number 3 here. And I think I end up taking this one, I believe, because if he hits double crit, I'm in trouble. But I also have no way of necessarily, you know, guaranteeing that he doesn't hit double crit, so I do end up taking it here. Just so that way I feel a little bit safer. This one's going to get auto PG'd to oblivion here. This is going to say, hey gang, meet my Ezra's. And I think he just calls another Skull Dragon to pay for the counterblast here. And then he gets the Grenache again. I don't know what he would be getting. Yeah. I just don't know what he would be getting here. Because he'll only get one more attack. Unless he's setting up for next turn, which is like totally fine. Like I would do this at some points playing Granblues, or it's like I just leave the Skull Dragon like low-key, like I would leave the Skull Dragon dead in the back just so that way like I couldn't just like crack into it because it's not big on my opponent's turn. So like if I wanted to deny, which like I don't, like I'm kind of like forced to kill Will here since like he's getting close to Bartholomew range. I have to just like, you know, pop off with Morfessa. And he hits the crit here. But he's also able to send the Skull Dragon into the Fallen Dive Eagle, which is like huge. So, yeah, he sends it into the bird. And so this is why I play Dismal, ladies and gentlemen. So for those Crest enthusiasts that don't like Dismal no less, bro, here's exactly why. It's called Protect My PG. And then he's forced to swing that at the Vanguard just because I have to guard it. So he gets rid of my Fallen Dive Eagle. And boom, done deal. So I have 3 wonderful cards in hand. So again, as you're seeing, like Luard doesn't need a crazy hand to survive. It just needs, you know, to be able to just mitigate tempo like repeatedly, and it does pretty well. So it's going to be close here. I draw. We're going to be able to send cards back here. I think we just send back the Karen and the Vicro. I know we for sure send back the Karen. But I think too, I'm just like trying to figure out the sequencing of like what I wanna do. Because we're getting close to the end game now. We're getting very close. Very close. Also, too, let me know what you guys think of like the overhead, the rig. Just so that way, if you guys wanted me to continue using this angle, this was a little bit more of a production to set up, but I think this provides a lot better like camera angle, and lets you guys see like what I'm doing live time, and it's just pretty helpful. So I just do it for the official sake, where you just revive Maple, CB1, and then you retire the Maple, and then you go call the cards. Yeah, just sometimes I'll just go shortcut, like I'll just show them the Maple being like, hey, I'm retiring this. Do whatever your opponent's comfortable doing, but I'm just trying to show you all the game actions. And then also, since like, you know, we're not drawing a card because we did not retire it, we're just going to go ahead and grab the Vicro as well. Oh, excuse me, man. Dang. So pretty much we're in a position where like he can take 1, but like he's not in a really strong advantageous position. He has one of the G Guardian promos in hand, and like the rest of his hand is pretty healthy, but like for us, we are threatening plus 35k to the front row, or actually even bigger, we're saying plus 40 to the front row once we flip. So like that again can make it more awkward for him depending on how he wants to necessarily like go about his turn. And so I kill here, and I'm just gonna, you know, flip, draw my 3 because I draw an additional one off Belial Owl, and then the Vicro will countercharge. So I draw into some good defensive pieces. I have a G-Guard here. Although, forewarning, next turn, I do like misplay the guard and like not appropriately guard it, but it is caught. So it's a precursor before everyone, pauses the video, gives me a timestamp and goes, "You guarded incorrectly." I caught it, we caught it, and this is why the video is getting posted. If I did not catch it, I would not have posted the video because I do not like posting footage where there are misplays that are not counting because we were having a good time earlier, so like our states are not fully with us, but we were J chillin'. So again, shout out Will for being an amazing testing partner. I just really appreciate it. Go ahead and activate the first Cursed Eye Raven here. We're gonna see if I can hit potentially a good old Ezra's, and then I can add that Ezra's back by popping that Belial Owl. So we shall see here. And I'm just asking him some numbers just so I can see like, okay, how high does he have to climb to get it? So the top two are Cursed Eye Ravens, which like does not help us. But I have another Cursed Eye, I believe, in hand. Or no, I don't. Okay, heard. We played a few games with this list. So again, I'm just gonna go ahead and activate the Hanali here just to try to stifle some bleeding. But again, he's gonna be going up to 5 counterblast. So I'm just trying to make it harder for him to kill me. But I mean, then again, I am at 4, so like we shall see. So I of course here, my big old head in the camera. This is plus 40, so this is 53, 2 crit, 2 or more from hand to guard. And yeah, I'm just sending it, bro. Excuse me. That is enough guard. 52 or 42 plus 15. Yep. We'll send here. This is 54. I'll go ahead and snipe the Karen from the deck. And the Karen does in fact get the 3K. Oh, Soul Blast Bingus here. And counter charge. And I'm keeping the Luard face down just in case I hit the over trigger. It's the largest card I could call. Yeah. So just keeping that in mind for myself. He takes this, but unfortunately, Will checks the over trigger. So my turn is kind of done. And thankfully I added the Hanali here. So I just get to swing my Vanguard and hope for the best. He goes G-Guard here. Yep, and just helps you get the last remaining resource for the stride. This is not like I did anything crazy. It just says still the OT to pass. So like if I hit it, I hit it. If I don't, I don't. But we shall see here. First check is Ezra's. Second check, third check is a stand. So I do stand here, but again, nothing's hitting. But I don't want to attack anymore, so I'm just gonna say pass. Because again, you don't want him to give him more opportunities to G-Guard. But yeah, even if I didn't attack, right, he can still get there just because he can discard the cards from hand to get the cost for stride for Bartholomew. So like either way, I was cooked. There was no counterplay in that particular scenario that I could have done to like stop him from like essentially like being guaranteed to threaten lethal. Because like you're gonna see he's gonna pitch like 5 cards from hand, but then he's gonna still have leftover cards from hand too. So it's just one of those unfortunate scenarios. However, it does help me though that it was not a heal because he has less CB. So like in theory, I'm just trying to like think about all the possible scenarios, and like I still have my over trigger index. So like if I hit the OT, like I skip his turn and then I can have a crackback. So there's a few scenarios where I get out of this, but like it's not looking good just because Bartho is a lot more effective because it automatically guarantees the additional attacks. It's not like, you know, Luard that has to bank on the standard the OT to generate more after the Morpheus swings. So it is what it is. But again, Luard's really cool, man. Like, I just love that I get to play this card. So yeah, I know there's an Eat here, and we call out the Jesse just to countercharge that one. Again, just countercharging here and just making sure he's in the tempo with the Hanali's is just so important. And then, yeah, he pitches the shield for another bone. I don't know what is with me and yawning in videos recently, bro. Like, good lord. Boom. Revive Skull Dragon here. And these are pretty good beat sig numbers. This is 34. It's their first attack. I'm kind of feel like I'm forced to take this. Unless I try to guard this. Yeah, I think this is where the guarding mishap happens. So I attempt to guard with just the promo and forget that I have to G-guard with it, or like I'm cooked on their Bartho. Just because every time I attack with a guard restriction, I tell my opponent, Will just forgot me to, so like it just slipped by me. And that happens. So just make sure that you're honest and you're upfront with your opponents. Like, clear gameplay helps everything run smoothly. Just that way you don't accidentally be like, oh wait, I need more cards, but like we're past that point. Because technically in Bushiroad, since both players have confirmed that that is an acceptable game state, you can't like go back and undo it. You know what I'm saying? So just be wary of that, and just, again, no diss to Will. This is not a diss to Will, but just like making sure. I'm just trying to get the numbers. So I'm counting here with that fresh fade. Need to go get another haircut, bro. Damn. Yeah, man. Like, this is where we're at. So I try to move it here and be like super fancy and be like, oh well, I like guard with these two. Because the thing with her is that she has to intercept to guard. So like I could go cool, like that guards, and then it adds the care in the hand, and I go, and we like confirm that that's the number. But then I think he goes for his next attack, and I'm like, oh wait, hold up, is that a Bartho on the board? And I hit the attack here, which like you guys will see, like this is like messed up. But then I go, yeah, because for here, this is where like I go, oh wait. Because I'm thinking here, like, I have to discard my whole entire hand. So this is where I capture him. I say, hold up, wait. Yeah, let me redo the guard on the thing. He's like, I will still accept the Skull Dragon damage. I need to draw the card. And it's not like I needed to draw the stand anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's 10k shield. Like, now if it was a heal, then I can understand where the fault is at. But, like, again, just don't let it get to this point. We're just trying to be, you know, clear for, like, your gameplay. So it's like, I'll fix it here. So, yeah. I go ahead and I'm just going to G-guard, and this is going to be on the board. And I'm just going to G-guard with the good old Jelly-Dough. Jelly-Dough is going to guard with these two, because Jelly-Dough can guard with ones or less, and then I will just draw a card. And again, it's a heal, or it's a stand, whoop-de-doo. It's not going to do anything to these big-ass numbers. So again, I'm just like banking here on hitting OT. So I hit a heal. It does resolve, thankfully. And then he just calls these just massive numbers here. I essentially said, like, just hit a crit and you win, just because, like, it's too much damage, and, like, I'd rather not force the crit on the Skull Dragon, not have the ability to guard it, rather than, like, oh, then, like, force a 1. You know what I'm saying? Just so, like, there are some lines here where, like, I could, like, potentially live out, but, like, it's just so hard and impossible here at this point. So, yeah, this is a 37 to my 23, and I just do a quick count. And he does have 3 cards in hand, but, like, based on his numbers, like, I know there's a high probability of triggers being in his deck. So, because I know the OT's left, I'm still just saying, like, thinking that, like, there is a chance. So, like, if he hits the crit, he can kill me, which is just very helpful. So first check here is a heal. He is able to recover the damage, so again, that's huge for him. Even though like the Morfessa is still more threatening for deck out, but there he hits the crit, and now I'm like, damn, I may be cooked. And so he gives everything here to the Night Storm. Draws the card here, and yeah, that Night Storm's huge. That Skull Dragon's huge. I have nothing for that, and I have to eat 2 to the face here, so it's just really tough. So do I hit OT? First check is the Assure, and the second check I believe is a crit. Yep. So good games for Will, man. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Peace.